I heard that everyone except Charlotte is voiced, so amazing. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna start. Yes, focused experience mode. I'm so excited to hear Risley's way. I love Risley's way. And Revelette's way also. Ray Chase is so good. Oh my god. Chef Riz is also not voiced. How many lines does she have? Does she have a lot of lines? It's okay, we'll just read her lines then. If I could, I would just delete Spiral Abyss. You can just pretend it doesn't exist like I do. At some point, I've realized that I don't play this game for combat. And there's a lot to do. I like farming for artifacts, but I hate actual combat in the game. I don't know what I'm farming the artifacts for anymore. Because I don't even want to do. Very few at the end of the quest, nothing important. Okay. I was so happy that most of the cast talks. Yeah, because I really wanted to do the event in English, you know. I quite liked the voice actors. Yes, cuckoo. We're going to meet so many people.
Hey, there's a newsstand over there. Want to grab a copy of the Steambird? We know our Fontanian friends love a little drama. There's no way they let their readers down. Isn't that Charlotte?
Kinich.
Standing next to her, surely that can't be Kinich?
How about... Lost treasure resurfaces at last. Behold the beauty of the Remurian teacup.
This one's a gem. Illegal restaurant caught serving saurian stew. What?
Pretty shocking. But it still feels like it's missing something. Ah, got it. Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing. Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
Neuvillette got stabbed? Is this what... Like, this was in the trailer, right? I hate to admit it, but you've won this one.
Did Paimon hear that right? Neuvillette was stabbed and gravely wounded? No, surely that can't be right. Can it?
If it is, we're all toast. Although I heard... Yeah, I thought I heard familiar voices, but if it isn't, Pixie and Paimon. What a coincidence. Mr. Kinich and I were talking about you just a few minutes ago. Unfortunately for me, he's a very loyal friend. I pressed him for some juicy details. Oh my god, why is the auto so quick? Yeah, I pressed him for some juicy details, but he remained tight-lipped about you. Anything you want to share with me about the great Pixie's triumphant exploits in Natlan? Yeah, we saved the day again. It was a team effort, true. Modest as ever. Anyways, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Sorry. Let me backtrack a bit. Hi, you two. It's been ages. What brings you back to Fontaine?
Hey there, you two. Fancy running into you here.
True. What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock. What the heck was all that about a saurian meat restaurant and the Udex getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious.
We were just trading tabloid headlines. Is that what you're talking about?
Trading tabloid headlines?
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories. Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material.
I'm sorry you had to see such an unflattering sight to Fontaine, Mr. Kinich. These third-rate tabloids write their headlines purely to shock and scandalize. All they care about is grabbing your attention to boost their sales, which is somehow the state of even real-life journalism. I love the lore for the new Archon quest, but was so sad it had no VA. That's true. But you know, I played it in Japanese, and yeah, I had to do that. It was still enjoyable, I would say. That's just the alternative now. But I agree with you. It would have been so much better if we had the original cast, but it is what it is. Meow, is that a line from the quest? Can you not spoil it for me, please? Like, I haven't even done it. I read like half of yours, but please, can you not spoil it for me? It would be very nice if you didn't. The ones who've still got a shred of integrity will at least clarify the truth in the main body of the article, although the misleading headline is still an underhanded trick to draw readers in. But others, like the one we were just reading aloud, have no qualms about making outright fabrications.
If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
That's pretty lenient of you, Mr. Kinich.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding!
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth. All I'm saying is, even the wildest leaps of the human imagination are always rooted in reality.
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently. Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient... But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few ancient relics dug up from ruins in Natlan. Rest assured, no saurians were harmed in the process.
And if you're wondering why the Udex didn't preside over the trial, it's because the case was assigned to another judge. It's not as if the Palais Marmonia has only one judge. We can't expect Monsieur Neuvillette to handle every single case himself. On a more interesting note, the trial in question went remarkably smoothly, and it was all thanks to Mr. Kenich's testimony as a key witness.
Oh, okay. Paimon was so busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kenich.
It was all a misunderstanding. The world is not going to end. Maybe not, but it would be an even better world for me if Mr. Kenich here would agree to another exclusive interview with the Steambird.
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough. But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case than you are in trying to uncover some news stories about Natlan.
Guess I'll put it down to the keen instincts of a renowned saurian hunter. Any response to that?
I appreciate your kind invitation, but like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
Kenich the speechless! Kenich the tongue-tied! Huh?
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the Traveler instead?
He's just throwing this on us. That's a brilliant idea. But that also means I'll need a bit more time to prep. Let me put together a thorough list of interview questions. Sounds like I'm not allowed to refuse. Well, I know I can be persistent, but at the end of the day, it is your call. Anyway, I should probably get back to work. I also need to go track... Go track what, my friend? Go track down... How could anyone read that so fast? That's crazy. Okay. I also need to track down a gestionnaire and report these increasingly outrageous tabloids. Okay. I have a question for everyone. Who's your main in Genshin? My first main was Ningguang, but currently I use Mavuika a lot. So yeah, this event is so fun. I'm excited to play through it too.
Charlotte never stops, does she? Anyway, Paimon just has to ask. That owl thing that popped out before, or was it a howl? It kind of looked like a howl, but at the same time...
Oh, that thing. Yeah,
That was a
that was a
how.
how.
What's up with him? Like, he's still noisy, but he's way quieter than before. It's like he's trying to hide or something.
Maybe he's not acclimatizing well to, Fontaine.
Could be.
Not acclimatizing? Aw, poor Almighty Dragon Lord is not feeling well.
The Silver Palace game looks incredible. True, I know Brain Hex, which is why I wanted to show the trailer and stuff, and I did put it up. But yeah, it looks really good.
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
What do you mean?
There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to do with a strange law we learned about after arriving in Fontaine. Apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine city limits during
That's
the first
true.
3 days of each month.
And I'm sure Paimon gets it even better.
Paimon sure does. Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As long as Kenich holds onto a house tail, he'll be considered an Almighty Dragon Lord balloon, not a flying Almighty Dragon Lord.
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But Ahau wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the form of a mini helium balloon. That said, it's pretty annoying how he keeps randomly popping up all of a sudden. Anyway, this morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Marmonia about an event that's set to take place outside the city soon. Something to do with filmmaking. I was planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few extra days anyway, so I think I'll go check it out. It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium balloon out. He might even learn a thing or two. If you're free, why don't you come along?
Sure. Sure, always up for a bit of fun.
I know where it is, so let me lead the way.
I mean, sure. We need to be taken around in Fontaine. An overnight fantasy land, okay. We take a stroll with Kinich outside the city. Okay. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder why we're going to Neverlet. There's something crazy did happen, like it looked like in the trailer, but I don't know. Hopefully it's only fun and games. Nice.
Looks like I remembered correctly. Here we are.
Wow, this is awesome! Hard to believe it was just an empty beach before.
Yeah, it was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the Opera House. There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine.
Oh, this is her.
Quite impressive.
A few days? One night was all it took. Rap-a-tap-tap, ta-da! But is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no, no, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away.
Don't you remember this girl, Lumine?
Well, I can't believe you actually remember me. It's me, Lepine Pauline. That's right, the unlucky one.
Good to see you again. The prototype lens has come in handy, by the way.
Of course! How else would we have managed to build Fantasyland in a single night?
Fantasyland?
At least that's how I like to think of it myself. A magical land of fantasy, the stuff of film buffs' dreams. I know it sounds like I'm laying it on thick, but that really is the goal here. As you can see, the theme of this amusement park is Fontainian filmmaking, a place for all film lovers to come together and co-construct a world of dreams.
Co-construct? Well, that's a relief. Sounds like you're sharing the cost this time rather than pouring your entire life savings into a single project.
Nope! I might be inviting others to help fund this, but that doesn't mean I haven't thrown all of my life savings
Has
into
she
it
learned
too.
nothing? Yes, this is that one
gotta
from
be
Begdom,
kidding.
exactly.
Look at you, puny little humans. Recklessly betting your entire future against some stupid vanity project. If you're expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the almighty Dragon Lord, dream on! Mockery is all you shall get!
Okay.
Sorry, just ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally. Do go on.
Gizmoid? Who you calling Gizmoid? You're the Gizmoid!
Wow! That's quite a nifty mecha you've got yourself there. Is it some sort of smart personal assistant? You ought to let Miss Charlotte see your cool gadget. Who knows? Maybe you could even look into mass production.
Mass production? Ugh, insolent, vulgar, and disrespectful! I, the almighty Dragon Lord, am one of a kind! There has never been another like me, nor will there ever be! And another thing, smart is the understatement of the century! I shall have you know that I am Kahulahau, forebear of ancient wisdom! I lived for eons long before any of you were born!
What? Heavens above! I beg your pardon, forebear of ancient wisdom. Please, I meant no offense.
Idiot meets idiot.
What's
Oh
all
my
the
god,
fuss?
Navia!
Making some new friends, are we?
I've missed
Miss Navia!
I've missed Navia.
Allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, president of Fontaine Spina di Rosula.
Hello, everyone. Partner, Paimon, how have you been lately?
My very trusty partner. Well, thanks. Even better now that you're here.
Hello there. I'm Kinich.
What about me? What about me? My useless servant can't even give me a proper introduction.
You think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an introduction?
not wrong. I cut yours just now, in fact. So, you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. Ahau.
He can't be rude
It's
to
a pleasure
Navia.
to meet you.
He's. Can you at least say something? How?
Oh, see that? That's what I call proper manners. Well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the almighty Dragon Lord by his name. Navia, don't you think the title Almighty Dragon Lord is a bit silly?
It's no big deal. All little animals do that, don't they? I mean, try to puff themselves up to look more impressive.
How's totally been treated like a little cuddly pet.
Anyway, it's all thanks to Miss Navia and the Spina di Rosula that Fantasyland's gotten up and running in the space of a single night. Honestly, thank heavens! After all that paperwork and endless waiting, the event and venue finally got the green light. I couldn't wait a moment longer. The second the approval came through, I reached out to President Navia hoping she could lend a hand. After all, who else but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such impulsive demands?
Hi, Abuba, hello.
Sorry, traveler. Miss Lapine Pauline sometimes gets a bit overwhelmed by her own excitement.
Yes, we are
As you can-
aware,
I'm
Navia.
guessing she hasn't gone into much detail about the event yet. So let me fill you in. In short, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is a fan convention that's open to film enthusiasts from all over Teyvat. Miss Lapine Pauline is hosting this event and also providing technical support.
Huh? Cheval Moran?
That's right. The one and only Surintendant Cheval Moran. After much persistence and many solicitations, I finally obtained Lady Farina's permission to use the image of her close friend.
Oh.
Not only is our adorable mascot drawing in fans by the minute, but she's also boosting her own popularity. And that was always the goal. A win-win arrangement.
It's been a while since we last met, but still, it's a surprise to hear Lapine Pauline coming out with such sensible ideas. By the way, Miss Lapine Pauline, have you decided to switch careers and go into film tech?
Not exactly. By chance, one of the prototype lenses I developed caught a photographer's eye, and it's now being used for the latest cinematic productions. Thanks to this unexpected opportunity, I've had the chance to invent various film-related equipment and props.
That's right. So don't underestimate Miss Lapine Pauline, our resident engineer. She's the technical powerhouse at the core of this entire event. As for the Spina di Rosula, we're mainly here to take care of planning, operations, and management. For anyone feeling inspired to set up a booth, Miss Lapine Pauline and I will provide the necessary technical and operational support once their application has been approved. By the way, traveler, are you at all interested in taking part? It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income. Plus, with your skills, I'm sure you could bring something special to the table.
I think about it.
Paimon would be even more tempted if you were to, say, throw in one of those fancy feasts she's seen in those gourmet food reels.
Well, as it happens, that'll be a piece of cake. Everyone needs to eat, whether they be tourists or the stall owners themselves. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite
Okay,
none other
Meow,
than
please
the
stop,
celebrity chef, Miss
like,
Escoffier,
preempting
to
the
run our
quest. That's
theme
also
restaurant.
spoiling. Like, let me do it. So, like, I don't know when Escoffier is gonna come, but, like, can we please wait till it comes? Like, you're literally saying it before, like, she arrives. You're practically spoiling the quest. And I've asked nicely, so please, can you stop doing that? It would be very nice if you did.
You! Yes, you! For the last time.
Oh my god,
the
she's in her
ingredients
Gordon
have to be
Ramsay
in the
mood.
right ratio. Get it right next time, or you might as well just lie down on the chopping board yourself.
Yeah, this is the first time I haven't done her story quest also, so this is literally the first time I'm meeting her.
She seems a bit busy right now.
Well, I'm sold. I think I'll make Ahau go be her assistant.
Guess that should be good.
You little... What's your game here?
Demoiselle, sorry to bother you, but there's an issue over here that requires your personal attention.
Apologies. Looks like it's back to work with me. Please feel free to take a gander at what we've got. Anyway, if you're interested in taking part, come find me later.
Okay.
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew?
Let's do this.
It's time, dear partner in Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland. As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Spina di Rosula to handle the planning, construction, and operations. Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event booths. We, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy guides for the different activities.
Long-term operations? Strategy? It all sounds so complicated. We spend most of our time adventuring, and we barely have any experience running a stall. Do you think we can handle this?
Not every big boss went to business school, you know?
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? I'd even go as far as to say you've shaped some of Tevat's biggest business ventures. Anyway, first things first. Let's get an overview of how the whole festival's gonna be run.
Oh, I'm guessing these are the events.
The Spina's only been able to hide. That's why I chose to adopt a time slot-based plan, upgrading. So it's our job to allocate precious time slots in each business cycle as we attract, which will allow us to divide each cycle into finer time slots.
So we'll be limited in the decisions we can make and tasks we can focus on within each time period. Which means we have to
I
use
think the
our
mini
limited
games are fun, but
actions
I
and
can do
aura
the
to
quest
earn
without
even
it,
more
right?
aura. Kinda like playing chess or cards then. Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Traveler?
Guess we'll learn on the
Yep,
job.
Come on, we can do this. You mentioned standardized strategy guides just now. Does that mean there are non-standard ways to take part too?
Of course. Film and entertainment mean different things to different people. And there's gonna be a wide range of exciting activities for people to try out. If we're not careful, some visitors might wander off and end up getting in trouble. And others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized strategy guide for each activity. Just think of it like a walkthrough.
I see it. You want me to be your test player.
Wow, if we're the first ones to test out the activities, who knows what surprises there could be waiting for us. But if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on our skills to carry us through.
Hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put you in danger, partner. I carefully checked all the existing activities before you arrived, and I can assure you that they're all perfectly safe. I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to. It'll be fun. Plus, we'd like to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
Oh, those are two things Navia is best at. Making people feel safe and having fun.
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is super important to us. All right then, let's start with eclectic escapades and put our first guide together.
Okay. Do we have to formulate? Okay, I guess I have to play a little bit, right? Okay. Whatever they're saying you have to do. Okay, we'll do it. My coins. No. Hi, Stormzy boy. Hello. Oh, why can't I go down? I did click. I was clicking. That's so funny. I was clicking control instead of S. Ooh. They're nice and simple, which I love. Nice. Whoop. I made a billion more from the theme park. Nice.
Both of you seem even more excited than before. Looks like your first trial run didn't disappoint.
It ties perfectly with the film theme.
Paimon hasn't actually watched that many films, but after trying it out, she might just be hooked. We should check out the film that it's based on.
Great job, Paimon.
It does seem
That's
Subway
exactly
Surfer,
what
like
our
I agree.
enthusiast friends were hoping you'd say. They'd be beyond delighted to hear that visitors are curious about the films that inspired these attractions. Some have even been willing to contribute extra funds out of their own pockets. Where budgets have allowed, of course.
Out of their own pockets?
That's right. While the Spina di Rosula covers the cost of basic booth materials and rental fees, many fans have personally funded promotional materials and related merchandise. The cost of the booth itself isn't their main expense. Some of them have already started designing spin-off products inspired by film characters. Take our official mascot, Surintendant Chevalmoran, for instance. She won second place in the last most popular character poll for the comic film category, and was even dubbed the pinnacle of round, bouncy cuteness. Many people have expressed interest in designing cushions based on her image, using the highest quality fabrics and hiring the most skilled artisans to mass produce them. These cushions will officially go on sale at the next convention alongside lots of similar products.
Now that you mention it, I kind of want one too.
Sounds irresistible, right? Plus, as Surintendant Chevalmoran's guardian and official image rights agent, Farina will receive 60% of the sales revenue. After all, the fans are doing this voluntarily, not for profit, but to promote Surintendant Chevalmoran's adorable image. The more Mora ends up in Farina's purse, the better Surintendant Chevalmoran's meals will be. And who wouldn't be happy to hear that?
Oh, Paimon likes the sound of that. Everyone working hard for something they all love without worrying about profit.
Still, we can't just ignore Mora completely. Whether it's fan creations or official commercial projects, some level of financial balance is still necessary. The same logic applies to the Chevalmoran Film Fantasyland taken as a whole. Once we finish the standardized strategy guides, our attractions can
Thank you for the
officially
follow,
be
Panda
open to the
Ducky.
public. But we can't take personal charge of the ticketing process. There's plenty of work to do at the various booths, and the park itself is a work in progress. We'll need to assign dedicated employees to maintain and manage each attraction. There's a recruitment section on the park's bulletin board. We've received many applications, and each candidate has their strengths. Our job is to match the best candidates to each attraction based on their overall performance. Once assigned, the staff will keep the attractions running, ensuring a continuous revenue stream.
Wait, so we've suddenly gone from being playtesters to heads of human resources? That's definitely a first for us.
I have very high standards when it comes to reviewing resumes.
Just don't hold
What
everyone up
mouse
to
do
your
you
own
use?
standards, okay? You
I
can't
have a
expect
HyperX
everyone
mouse.
else to be as capable as you. All right, time to review some resumes. Fingers crossed we'll get some exceptional candidates.
Okay. Can you please rate my Varesa? I cannot. I'm doing a quest
When
right now.
reviewing
so
resumes, pay attention to each applicant's area of expertise.
Looks like this particular employee is really getting into their role.
Wishing them success on the job.
You're both doing great. You sound more like bosses than I do. In any case, with this, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is now officially open. Running a theme park is a long-term project. You won't make much if you try and rush it. We're just about done with our current work setup, so let's take a short break and wait for this cycle's revenue report to come in.
I remember the alchemy
Well,
business event.
the numbers might not look that impressive, but given that we're just getting the ball rolling, I'd say that wasn't a bad start. Building on this momentum, we must consider rolling out more unique business strategies during the next cycle. To draw in the crowds, I've invited one of Fontaine's very own celebrity chefs, my good friend escoffier. She'll be performing right here in the amusement park's restaurant. On that note, let's go catch up with her.
So, is the restaurant part of our business strategy too? There are so many layers to this operation.
The restaurant is up to standard, and the waterside location will make for a unique dining experience. The beautiful scenic reflections in the water create a stunning backdrop. Ingredients, check. Cooking utensils, check. Looks like we're ready to rumble.
Hey there, escoffier.
Oh, my employers are here. The president of the Spina di Rasula, plus the famous traveler and Paimon. I must say, you seem a bit overqualified to be running a film-themed amusement park.
I'd say that if anyone here was overqualified, it would be the former head chef of the Hotel de Boer. Wherever you walk, the aroma of fine cuisine follows in your wake.
Let's get back to business. I'm guessing you want the traveler to help me decide the theme dish for each cycle, right?
Theme dish?
This is the business strategy I mentioned earlier. Using Escoffier's top-tier dishes to attract more visitors to the park. But this isn't just about attracting visitors. Her culinary masterpieces will surely have other surprising effects.
Have you done the
Just
Aoife glitch? I don't have
Paimon,
him.
If all you needed was a single ticket to enjoy all the attractions and taste all the legendary food, wouldn't you be tempted?
Then Paimon come every single day.
Now, here's the twist. To get the most out of this strategy, the menu can't be made public. Based on research by a certain food branding consultant, many restaurants have started offering a special chef surprise
Yep,
dish.
it's a good thing everyone is
So give me
voiced.
some inspiration every few
Even
business
Chevreuse
cycles,
isn't a
and I'll
bad
decide
thing.
on our next theme dish. Now then, give me your hand.
Oh, your hand? Okay.
A warm and energetic feel. Your hands are calloused from wielding your sword, but still quite delicate. When you grasp its hilt, it's like you're holding the bow of a violin. A sword, then. The theme this time shall be strength. All right, let's find out what strength looks like in gastronomical form.
This is just explaining the event part of
I've
the quest.
refined
I'm
the
guessing.
sauce for these barbecue ribs. It's a richer flavor than the classic version, but not at all greasy. The mint extract in the seasoning leaves a refreshing aftertaste, perfect for indulging yourself after a fun-filled day. But if you ask me, I'd say the artisans need these more than the guests.
The artisans?
As I'm sure you've noticed, this park isn't quite finished. A serving of these barbecue ribs should help the artisans replenish their strength much more quickly. As their bosses, you have an obligation to provide meals for them. So why not invite them to dine here? Who knows? The morale boost might even improve their productivity.
Oh, if I recall correctly, you once served up some special fish and chips for the porters over at the Fleuve Centre. For several days after, the workers were all incredibly efficient. They'd finish 8 hours of work in just 5. And then, because they clocked out early, they'd come back completely refreshed the next day.
Then there's no time to lose. Go invite the artisans over while these ribs are still hot. I'll prepare some side dishes and desserts too.
That's a great idea! You really live up to your reputation, escoffier. Looks like these themed dishes are gonna make a huge difference after all. We'll have to make sure we check in with you regularly.
You and Nadia invite the artisans
pumped and ready to
over.
roll thanks to that themed dish.
Upgrade your
And
facilities.
perfect timing, too. Let's take this chance to take the facilities about... Now that everything...
Yeah, we will upgrade. We will upgrade.
We should be able to attract...
That's right. And attract... when... Whew. That should be everything. Looks like you've pretty much mastered how to run this park.
Huh? Have we really? Thinking about it, we have learned quite a lot, haven't
Just
we?
goes to show how well Navi
Oh,
explained it
not
all.
at all. I wouldn't say I taught you much. Your intuition's been guiding the way mostly. I imagine long-term operations sounded like a scary prospect the first time I mentioned it, huh? But don't let that scare you. Just break things down into smaller steps and tackle them one at a time. Even if you're not a genius or naturally gifted, you'll get it done in the end.
Why don't you play FPS games? I actually do play FPS games. I play one FPS game actually. I just play Valorant and I don't make content on it because it's a game that I like to play with my friends. I used to stream it, but people are so incredibly backseaty, and then like I remember one person told me that by playing comp games you're ruining the experience for everyone else because you don't know how to play properly. And I was like, I don't think I want that sort of environment on my stream, you know. That's not the vibe I would like to have in my stream. So I play it off stream where nobody can say that to me anymore. So yeah, as much as I'd love to play, like in Genshin there's so much other, like there's so many other things to do other than just combat stuff, right? With a game like Valorant, at least, it's so incredibly like skill focused, and I don't think my skill is up to that at all. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Jane and Stormzy Boy. Yep.
Whoa, seeing your own progress has really got Paimon fired up! Actually, she's gonna jot your words of encouragement right down.
Yeah, we don't need that toxicity,
From
right?
here on out, we'll be running the Chevron Moran Film Fantasyland together. Let's make it a big success.
Okay, now can we continue the quest? I hope, because I don't want to do the event. I don't want to do the event. I will do this later. How do I continue my quest? Not my commissions. This is so stressful. No. Case tracking. Yeah, I would like to. Okay. Yeah.
Greetings. Apologies if you overheard my harsh words just now.
I didn't
but
have to
I
do
assure you
that.
It is entirely
I could have just
necessary.
continued here.
The sheer lack of standards here will be the death of me. Do you have any idea of the kind of customers I'm gonna get with how lax things are at the moment?
I feel like you would make a good Fortnite player though. Based off of what are you saying that exactly? You don't even know how I play. I like FPS until people start being rude. They're so rude. Oh my god. Another thing that is a problem with Valorant is you literally cannot stream that game. The kind of stuff people feel comfortable typing in chat, it's insane. Yeah, so I just avoid it. Also, I could have just started this quest like this. Maybe I didn't have to go to Navia.
The ones that leave their guns behind by accident and then come back to collect them later, bringing ammunition with them.
Yeah, that's the kind of customer you wouldn't forget in a hurry.
Oh.
Wait, has that happened before?
No, it's just the mention of guns reminded me.
Someone did
Someone did actually leave their gun nearby.
Huh?
Just before we started setting up, as we were cleaning up the site, someone stumbled upon a mysterious locked box. It didn't look like something from Fontaine, though. It had more of a Natlanese vibe.
Oh?
Do you think a foreign tourist might have left it behind?
That's what I assumed at first. But the box was buried beneath a pile of wooden planks, rocks, and whatnot, so it seemed like someone deliberately hid it there. But I didn't see much point in speculating, so the best thing I could think of was to hand it over to the authorities. I trekked all the way over to the Palais Mermonia just to hand it in. Ugh, it was exhausting.
What did the authorities make of it?
Oh, they made a mountain out of a molehill, as usual. Before even addressing the question of what was actually inside the box, they had several heated discussions about whose responsibility it was to write the lost and found notice. Thankfully, the ever-reliable Officer Sedine stepped up and immediately called in the Marechaussee Phantom to crack the lock and check if there were any dangerous items inside. And, as it turned out, there was a gun.
Wow, that's a dangerous item, all right.
Mind if I ask what kind of gun it was?
Oh yeah, Mr. Kanich, you're from Natlan, aren't you? Do you know a lot about guns?
You could say it comes with the job. I have an interest in weaponry and the like.
Ugh, such a spoiled brat. What, are the toys I gave you not good enough for you anymore?
Yep, got sick of those long ago.
You little... How dare you turn your nose up at my gifts!
Time for a timeout, old-timer. Sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, do you recall what the gun looked like?
I would make a good Candy Crush player, yes.
If you ask me, it didn't even really look like a gun. Give me a second. I'll knock out a quick sketch.
I wonder what she'll make.
Something like this.
That's...
Whoa, it's so neat and precise.
Sketched by a professional engineer, after all.
It's nothing. Sorry. Is something wrong with my drawing? I know it doesn't really look like a gun, but I assure you, this is exactly what it looked like. And it certainly could shoot as well, too. I confirmed that with the officer from the Marechaussee Phantom.
No, quite the opposite. The features are very accurate, and it is definitely from Natlan. Please, don't mind me. I'm just taking a moment to admire it.
Okay, thanks a lot. Can't wait for the event to get started.
I should be the one thanking you. Thank you, and everyone else for your support.
Don't mention it. Besides, we haven't really done anything.
Not at all. The buzz and excitement you guys bring is exactly what this event needs. Oh dear, I'm starting to feel a bit guilty watching everyone else toil away. Guess it's about time I got back to work too. But just before I go, one last thing. Traveler, it's wonderful to see you. Here's to a successful collaboration.
It seems like Anish has something to say.
I'm sure you noticed that there was something unusual about that gun.
It looked ancient.
Correct. It's most likely an old weapon dug up from some ancient dragon ruins. Based on my experience, it might be more accurate to refer to it as a hand cannon. But in Fontaine terms, it's not wrong to call it a gun. Given why I came here, don't you think it's curious that an ancient dragon relic of unknown origin would turn up like this, out of the blue? I suspect this gun might have something to do with that smuggling case. It might have slipped through the cracks. Time is of the essence. so I'd like to head over to the Palais Mermonia to verify my suspicions.
I think I'll join you.
Perfect. Then we can head out right away. Or, if you want to catch up with your friends first, I can wait.
Hi, King. King. I don't know how to spell your name actually. Oh my god, it's Aoife and Auroron.
Bro! Are you mimicking me? Now's not the time. Come on.
No, I mean, one of our buddies is here, for real. Quite a few of them, actually.
Auroron, Aoife, what brings you to Fontaine?
Huh? How come you're... I'm guessing Kanich is here because of that international smuggling case, right? I've heard quite a bit about that.
Word sure gets around quickly, huh?
First time abroad and you're already making headlines.
Oh, stop it. It's not like I was the center of attention.
Wasn't expecting to see the Traveler and Paimon here too, though.
Come on, Aoife.
Huh?
A traveler, by definition, is someone who travels around.
Fair point.
True, true.
Anyway, back on topic. Wait a second. I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about again?
Why, you're all here, of course.
It's hard to tell if Aoife is taller than Auroron because if he's got a hat, that hat's gonna make him look a bit taller, you know?
For vegetables.
Cuckoo.
Well, okay, that's why they came.
Huh?
I'll go first. It's for the Chevrolamine Film Fantasyland. Wait, is that right?
It's Cheval Moran.
Ah, right. I keep stumbling over that one.
Very relatable.
Guess I owe Cheval Moran an apology, even if she's not here.
It's okay, bro.
Anyway, long story short, the festival restaurant urgently needed fresh vegetables from Natlan, which is why Aoife and I are here.
So, you guys are vegetable couriers?
Aoife is taller because of tomboy shoes. Yeah, his shoes have heels and then he's got the hat, so... Navia is
I'm just
escoffier.
here
I
as
like
a
Navia
responsible
better.
adult. It's his first
As a
time
character.
traveling so far away from home, and all the elders in his tribe were worried. So they had me come along.
Even though it's your first time too.
Right, but they still picked me to accompany you. You gotta wonder why that might be.
Don't you get it? They all just saw how overworked you were, so they used it as an excuse to send you off on a vacation.
Wait, what? So I'm getting the grandson treatment now too? See? Doesn't matter how much older you are than this dude. Hang out with him long enough, and you'll eventually find yourself being treated like a kid.
Meaning everyone looks after you. What's so bad about that?
In theory, nothing at all. In that case, guess I better start over. Hi guys, my name's Aoife, and I just turned 5.
Nice to meet you, little bro.
Paimon's not sure who the responsible adult is anymore. So, what about Kakuku? If he was here, we'd be making more of a ruckus than we already are.
That's exactly what's got me worried.
Did he get arrested or
Aoife,
something?
there's nothing to worry about. You're a big boy. You can handle yourself now even without Kakuku.
You think that's what I'm worried about? Anyway, my priority right now is Kakuku. Suffice it to say, Kakuku's in big doo-doo.
What does that mean?
How so? He's so small, and all he knows are a few harmless phrases. What kind of trouble could he even get himself into?
Let me guess. Did he get caught out by the law on
Probably.
flying objects?
Bro, you too?
Not me. How?
Oh, that pesky little chatterbox. So that's why he hasn't interrupted us this whole time. Guess he's too scared to show his face.
That, plus he's already spouted enough nonsense for one day. So I've put him on mute until tomorrow.
Nice one. If I was even half as decisive as you are, I would have kept a closer hold on Kakuku so he didn't get a chance to go flying off.
I guess that's what flying objects do.
Oh no, bro. Or rather, did Kakuku get caught by the guards for flying around?
If they had managed that, we'd at least be able to track him down. But when the guards started chasing him, Kakuku flew into that building next door. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a high-stakes pursuit going down in there as we speak. Just like one of those cool crime movies.
Surely, after that bird.
Which building? That one?
Yup, that's the one. Kakuku sure has a good eye for a getaway. It's the tallest building around. I may be able to fly up pretty high, but checking every last window would still take quite a while. As for Aoife, well, let's just say he's not flying anywhere without a Saurian. Sorry about that.
Not like it's my fault, though. You don't have to apologize on my behalf.
Wait a sec. What's this got to do with how high you can fly? Kakuku's got himself into a real mess here. Like a panicked animal running straight into a trap. It's pretty worrying. I'm starting to picture him flapping through a barrage of gunfire while important documents are flying about left, right, and center.
Heck yeah! If anyone can pull it off, it's Kakuku.
Oh my god.
He's always been such an awesome Saurus. I believe in him.
In other words, right now in this building, there could be not one awesome Saurus, but two.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
Of course I'm for real. I'd never make light of something like that.
All right.
Kakuku is oh my god, Swag Sugar. No one wanted to know about
The
that.
human version. But our priority right now should be to go in there.
Nobody
and check
wanted to
upon
know about
Kakuku.
that. Who asked? Who literally asked about your... That's so weird. But okay, as it happens, Kinish and I were just heading over to the Palaemonia for something
Leave it to
else.
us.
You sure? Wow, awesome. That'll be a huge help.
And if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
Wait, since when was that up to you?
Well, then it's your call, bro.
All right then, if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I also give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
There you go. If he objects to that, tell him to come find us.
But he can't fly in Fontaine.
He won't. Trust me.
Actually, we're not shaming you, Swag Sugar. My chat isn't the place for you to talk about that, is what I'm saying. You can find another place to talk about it, perhaps. And yeah, we are shaming you. That's freaking weird. Yeah.
Nothing new there.
What's all that commotion? Are they arguing in there?
There's strange sounds. That's so weird. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Aether Genshin Lover.
No way, bro.
Oh my god.
Did he say he came from Natlan? No.
Get out of here!
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
Oh no.
For real now.
He keeps repeating the same things over and over again.
Hi, Aether. Hello.
Oh, you know one another.
Yes, we do. We can explain what he means. He's a bro of a bro.
He's a friend. Yeah, a saurian friend of a human friend.
Great. Well, that was easy. Looks like we've tracked down the owner. Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur Neuvillette.
For real?
Traveler, was there something important you wanted to discuss with the Udex?
Well, we
I'm
heard
just about
about
done
the
with my
Goku
business
thing.
here. Need me to step out?
No, stay. Don't
Stay
leave.
and hear them out first. Perhaps it will have some bearing on your own work.
Yeah,
If I'm
Nervi
not
wouldn't
mistaken,
want him to leave.
you are the same Mr. Kanich who served as a witness in the smuggling trial? I take it there's been a further development in the case.
That's right. Very perceptive, Mr. Udex.
So you've met Nervalette before? But wasn't the trial overseen by another judge?
I've seen his photo in the papers. But as for this other gentleman...
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Wriothesley, administrator of the fortress of Meripede. Or in layman's terms, Fontaine's prison warden. Please, feel free to share anything about the case. There's no need to keep anything from him.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Wow, that sounded just like me. But should we really discuss official business in front of the Saurian?
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
Oh.
I believe he said... Or rather, I suppose he meant that he'll keep this to himself.
Wow, relic gets him.
Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality
How is he
agreement.
gonna do that?
Sure thing, bro.
With his beak. They all are a great pair of awesome saurians.
Let
Yes.
us return to the matter at hand. Mr. Kanich, was there something else you wanted to discuss relating to the case?
Yes. Let me fill you in.
The dragon, of course, he understands, yes. Neverlet makes inquiries with the relevant personnel, and sure enough, they locate the box and the gun that Lupine Pauline spoke of.
Wow. It really is exactly like Lapine Pauline's sketch. That must be all that practice drawing engineering blueprints, huh?
So if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case, then there's a high chance we overlooked a suspect.
I love Goku
That's
so much,
exactly
he's so
my line
round.
of thought.
I see. Mr. Kanich, thank you for reporting this promptly. I'll arrange for the Marachose Phantom to investigate right away. We should begin by questioning the prisoners in custody. Wrightsley.
I'll sign off on the interrogation request. Don't you worry.
That would be much appreciated.
Yeah, how do you even hold? There's no trigger for
It's
the gun
lucky
as
that
well.
the Palais Mermonia wasn't scheduled to release any public bulletins today, and that this guns lost and found notice hasn't been written up yet. In other words, the news hasn't leaked.
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being. If there's any progress in the investigation or you need my help, feel free to reach out anytime.
That goes for me too.
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lapine Pauline's convention. If there's any news, we'll keep you all posted.
Marvelous. Thank you all.
Marvelous.
Well then,
No
all
way,
that's
bro.
left is
Marvelous. Well then, all that's left to is Kakuku. Yes, what are we gonna do with him?
You miss me, bro?
He really does come out with the most unexpected things. Who did he learn it all from?
A couple of top pros from Natlan.
Well, it's pretty extraordinary.
Anyway, according to due process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kukuku qualifies as a flying object. And, following on from our conversation just now, he also needs to sign a confidentiality agreement. Drafting said agreement may take some time.
Looks like you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kakuku. Excited?
I can help pass a message on to his friends.
That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
I was wondering if Kakuku stayed with Ito for a few days.
All right,
Don't
then.
mention it.
We'd better get going.
That would be a
No
duo
need to
though.
see us off.
Oh. I wasn't trying to do that. Get off, Babuka, get off.
The engines.
Thank you. Not in Monsieur Nervalet's office.
I know
Okay.
you mentioned a while back that people from Natlan would soon start showing up all over the world. But I hadn't expected anything like this.
It seems no matter where they come from, all dragons are inquisitive by nature.
You can say that again, bro.
The same might well be said for humankind. The real reason you chose to stay to investigate this case was your curiosity about Natlan and Mr. Kukuku, was it not?
Guilty as charged. Nothing gets past you. So, how about we take this opportunity to chat a little more? We've got the world's best translator on hand, after all.
Sure thing, bro.
They changed Skirk's drip marketing music. Yeah, it's something new. I think maybe they will use that music for her video or an animated short, perhaps. What are your thoughts on Aoife? Is he someone you use? I don't have him, unfortunately. I'm saving all my Primo Gems for Skirk, so I will not be pulling on his banner. I already read that. After talking with Aoife, Orion talked to them once again. Well, right now, I don't know where they are, but anyway. Sure thing, bro. Okay. I guess it's done, right?
I know you mentioned.
It seems no matter.
You can say it.
The same might. The real.
Oh, let me see.
So, how about we take this opportunity to chat a little?
Sure thing.
Okay. Which blonde character ended Skirk again? What do you mean? Higher. They changed it from not try music. It's not Fontaine music though. They change, like, do you mean now? People acting like they don't know Cartithia? Who's.
Aoife, we found Kakuku.
What's the situation? How bad is it?
There's some good news and some bad news.
Oh no.
Are you talking about the new Wuthering Waves character? I don't really know her. Like, I don't exactly know her name. I don't play the game, so. She's the blonde character that ended Skirk? They're not even in the same universe. Of course you don't. Okay. Like, what do you mean by that? Yeah, of course I don't, okay. That's funny, okay. What does that even mean? What is of course you don't mean? Also, how can she end Skirk? She's not in the same universe. Oh, to shit on Hoyo bootleg. Dude, this is so... Okay, that's very interesting. I'm assuming you don't play Genshin. Yeah. I also like a little entertainment. My question really is, though, Gerardo, whatever your name is, if you don't play Genshin and you hate Hoyo bootlickers like me, could you tell me why you're spending so much of your precious time and energy coming on my stream and actually typing in chat? Like, watching me would be one thing, you know? Watching me would be one thing. You're actually going to waste your energy typing in a Hoyo bootlickers chat? That's crazy. That's a real waste of your time. I would suggest you go to the Wuthering Waves category and find a new streamer and give them your viewership, you know? You already answered that? How did you answer that? Oh, you're not shitting on anyone. If anything, we're laughing at you. So I don't think you're gonna be able to insult us enough. Because it's not that deep, bro. Like, no matter what you say to any one of us, it's really not that deep. Yeah. Oh, anyways, the new drip marketing music, it's the same from Fontaine. Is it though? Did they change it like recently? So in the morning they had some la 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 music, okay, which was new. It wasn't like the usual one. No, that's not the Fontaine one. 2 hours ago? Yeah. But yes, Gerardo, if you want to keep if you want to shit on us, I don't know if you'll be able to do it. So I'm genuinely worried about your time, because I don't think you should waste it on us. We're not worth it, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you missed the old one. Why did they change it? They might be like spoiler there. Hi Darth, hello. No way, the guy left. Did Gerardo leave? I was hoping for some drama. What the hell? Did I out-polite the guy? Why did he leave? I was ready to beef with him. Why do they always leave? The one time we got some entertainment, they just leave, dude. What the hell? But anyway, they taste not try, I guess. Anyway. I was preparing. We were all preparing. Like, I wouldn't even. The guy couldn't hate farm. Exactly. I made a great point. See, always logic helps, you know. You have to show them the mirror and then make them realize that they're wasting their time. And then they leave. Thank you for the follow, King Ducky. It's okay. It's okay. He wanted bootlickers, not actual logical conversations. It's wild to come into chat and call me a bootlicker when they're literally like showing up just to like this is their way of appreciating their game. Even Aoife's face. That's so funny. I really feel this with my heart, you know. I just wish people. Apparently, he turned out to be a bootlicker. Listen, that's the crazy part. I just pray and hope and wish, okay, that like Genshin and Boa fandom could just get together. Like, come together and become friends, dude. We can like both games. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's good. Boa is great. Genshin's great. You want to say Boa is better? Sure, it's fine. I don't get why we have to like, oh my god, the Hoyo bootlickers. Oh my god. I'm sorry, even I don't think I get paid enough by Hoyo to claim that. Okay. I play both. I hate both equally. Yes, Genshin and Boa collab is imagine, that'll be so crazy. That'll be insane. I like both games, but I unfortunately can't play both. I just have one. Right now, I have a bunch of gacha games that I'm playing and I can't. That's why I don't. I'm watching your stream and here I'm sweating in Boa with Zani and Phoebe. See? That's what I'm saying. That game you posted looks so pretty. Yes, B, we watched that on stream. It's called Silver Palace. But anyway, damn, Gerardo left because we made sense. He's gonna go to another Genshin stream and hate farm. How sad. World War Genshin was funny while it lasted for 2 minutes. Okay.
When I saw that Kakuku wasn't with you, I'd already prepared myself for the worst.
Relax, Eva. Maybe Kakuku just prefers high-rise living now. Sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up and make their own choices in life.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
It's not that bad. Kakuku's fine. Still very much alive and kicking for starters.
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
Yeah. He even had an interesting chat with some veritable VIPs.
See?
You're not exactly reassuring me here.
As for the bad news, well, it's really not that bad. Kakuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff, so he has to stay at the Palais Mermonia for a while to sign a confidentiality agreement. But there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kakuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
You'll just have to wait a bit longer.
All right. That doesn't sound too bad after all. Wow, hearing that's put my mind to rest.
But based on my understanding of how things work here, the ban on flying objects should be over by the time Kakuku actually gets out.
What a shame. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to go have some fun without him.
You don't look disappointed in the slightest.
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.
All right, bro.
Yay, problem solved! All right, let's catch up another day.
Thank you for the follow, War Machine. War Machine, damn. Where'd they go? I thought we could hear them talk or something. Shacking up together. They're just a couple of bros, you know? Till 8 they said, no? Okay. I think first part is done, I don't know. The entire quest is like 2.5 hours, I've heard. Thank you for the follow, King Dad. I think that's what your name is. Oh, 8 to 10. I did? Oh, day after tomorrow. Never mind. Okay, that should be good. I stopped listening after couple. Oh, okay. He's calling support, do you think? It would be nice though. I'm hoping that, you know, we can have a conversation with these people and then they can like actually talk to the Hoyo bootlickers, which is us by the way. Crazy, crazy concept. But they can talk to us and realize that we can all be friends. Damn, I didn't know I was such a propagator of like peace chat. But I am, apparently I am a full-blown propagator of peace, you know. Couple of top pros. Yes, we. Pixie, there are just a couple of bros. Stopped after a couple. I was gonna say. I was just. Listen. Gerardo just left us. I feel so bad. I wanted him to stay and fight, but anyway. It's okay. Maybe he would have said something like meaner or something, and that wouldn't be good, you know? So it's okay. Maybe God saved us from a troll. I don't know. I've decided not to pull for another character for cons.
It's been a few days.
It's never
Ban on
worth
flying
it.
objects should be over by now.
Now we can get Kakuki
Let's
out.
head over to the Palais
Let's
Memorial.
go. Should I go for Yae or Skirk? I would say go for Skirk. Because she's new. Always go for the newer character. It's the rule of the power creep.
Hey everyone, we're here! Oh hey, my little dudes! Good morning!
Morning, little dude.
Oh wow, Kukuku's learned a new greeting! Is that good news or bad news though?
Sorry, I did everything within my power. But so far, I've only managed to teach him how to say good morning.
Wait, so that's all you've been up to this whole time?
Wow.
Get out of here!
I think that means no.
Okay, so good mornings aside, please tell Paimon there's been some other progress too.
Of course. That's why I'm here. Kukuku's not the only one that Mr. Risley's been getting to talk. I'm referring, of course, to the convicts.
It was nothing. These guys weren't exactly tough nuts to crack.
So, what's the deal?
After racking their brains, they remembered speaking to an inconspicuous middle-aged man just as they were preparing to pack up and leave Natlan. He was dressed in the manner of the Children of Echoes and carrying a box. Plus, the description matches the one the gun was found in. All in all, he didn't look any different from your average Natlanese traveler. Perhaps seeing that they were dressed as merchants, this man stopped for a chat, inquiring where their goods were headed, and even asking if they could share a boat. The smugglers were very cautious, though. They didn't tell him any specifics. But all this happened before I crossed paths with them. I happened to notice them as they were preparing to set sail. I thought they looked shady, so I snuck aboard, and ended up being carried along all the way to Fontaine.
Boss, do we know if those Fontainians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
And that's why we call you a rookie. It's all supply and demand, kid. Supply and demand.
What are they?
Natlan's
Can you choose
foreign
new
trade
ways
is
going
just
on?
starting to
It's
lift
pretty good.
off. There'll be a market for it, you'll see.
That's right. So stop giving the boss trouble, rookie. Just do your job and keep an eye on the goods.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine to do business? Scarred face. Calloused hands. On closer inspection, the fabric looks worn at the knees and elbows, and his fingernails are dirty. Not exactly your typical merchant. Could he have previously been a warrior? Or even an adventurer? Something feels off. I'd better sneak up and get a closer look.
Ooh. Wow, we're in the black and white? Damn.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
That go.
Okay.
If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away would have gone up in smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care? Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this.
Try throwing rocks?
Let's go hear what these criminals.
What was that sound?
No, I got caught.
Sure enough.
How do I throw rocks?
Boss, do we know if those Fontanians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
Oh my god. Really? They're gonna make me repeat the cutscene like this?
Have they come to Scarred Fate?
He's
On closer
hiding because
could
we're
he preview
investigating
something
them,
feels
you
off.
know. Dude, they could have, like... So ridiculous.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been
How do
asking
I
us what
throw
we're up
rocks,
to.
I'm wondering.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the smaller ones would have been faster but way too bumpy. If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent
Attack
grafting
button?
away would have
Okay,
gone
I'll
up
try
in
it.
smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare?
Yeah. I did stand there.
Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan?
Do I have to throw rocks from
I'll
here?
need to find a way to get to the bottom of this.
The guy saw me. No, 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 no. Oh no, he saw me again. Wait, no.
Let's go hear what these criminals have to say for themselves. Sure enough, there are relics inside the box. It's illegal to smuggle such items outside Natlan.
Hi, Kasai Hara. Hello.
Hey, why the long face? You're abroad on business, and you get to do some sightseeing while you're at it. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. You better cheer up if you know what's good for you.
I guess you're right. I was just worried I might have messed up with the packing, or that something's gonna go wrong along the way.
Oh, pull yourself together. Tons of foreign tourists come traveling to Fontaine. I bet their luggage is full of all kinds of weird stuff. If someone insists on checking it all, just show them the purchase order we had drawn up. Those Fontanians can't get enough of their legalese, so I've heard. They can look all they want.
Aha. So their aim is to smuggle in contraband after all.
If you were in Genshin
Looks like I've
universe,
gathered
whom would
enough
you
intel
have as a
about the
partner?
smugglers and their contraband. Time to
I think-
inform port
I
security.
don't know. Most people are taken, I feel. I always end up shipping them with someone, so they don't seem to be very available to date. The ones that you can, that you were to consider, I don't know.
So anyway, that was when I went and told the Fontanian guards about my suspicions. After an investigation and a chase, they finally apprehended them and sent them on their way.
Well, guess they're headed exactly where they should be.
Good job, Kenny.
Thanks.
Based on your recollections just now,
I was completely focused on those smugglers at the time, so I wasn't really paying attention to other passersby.
That's only natural, don't worry about it.
Yeah, Kanish, you did great.
in other words, the person who brought the gun here, the one who lost it, has no connection to the smugglers whatsoever. They were working entirely on their own.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Sounds like Mr. Kukuku wants to chime in?
He said this elusive individual's actions are positively mystifying.
Is that
It's a
what
good
you
observation. I quite agree. However, we still know next to nothing about the person. Perhaps we should start by focusing on the lost item itself.
Can a fly smacker work on? I think so. I think you'd just like. It would be like badminton, I feel. Okay, it came from ancient Natlanese dragon ruins. There's a relic. That is a relic left behind by Natlan's ancient dragon civilizations. A genuine antique and it must be of great value. Okay. Bait?
It certainly
can't imagine
seems
being-
like it was the bait in some kind of trap. The only question is, why wasn't the bait made more conspicuous?
Has something sprung to mind?
I just remembered a film I watched this one time.
Huh? Oh, wow! No way, bro!
Hold on, let me explain. Just now, the traveler speculated that this box might have been placed there on purpose, as if the intention was for someone to come pick it up. That got me thinking about those films about kidnapping cases. When they demand their ransom, the kidnappers tell the victim's family to leave money or
That's
valuables at a
true.
designated spot for someone to come pick up.
That doesn't merely happen in films. There have been similar cases in real life. In fact, if anything, it's probably the real-life events that inspired the films.
Sounds plausible.
Ooh. Wait. This raises the
Hi,
stakes
Sora,
to a
hello.
whole new level. If the gun really was some kind of ransom, then since we took the box, the kidnappers never got their payment, so does that mean they executed the hostage?
Okay, we haven't heard of any missing people.
I agree. I don't believe we have a kidnapping on our hands. Selling off stolen goods is extra work that most kidnappers would want to avoid. Unless they're after something very specific, they tend to just ask for cash. Could we be dealing with a kidnapper who's dead set on getting their hands on an ancient dragon handgun? It's not impossible, but the likelihood is very slim. We can discount that possibility for now. And speaking of selling stolen goods, don't you think this looks more like a transaction?
About the seller. The gun was placed in a locked box and hidden away. Clearly, the seller wanted to keep their identity a secret. About the buyer. About the goods.
So, bottom line,
I just woke
this
up from
was
an
an
app and everyone on
individual
Twitter is
smuggler
going
at work.
batshit crazy. True.
Exactly. And it was the location itself that caused the deal to fall through. The last thing they would have expected was for a quiet beach to turn into a bustling film convention overnight. Not only is the area now packed with tourists, but the Spina di Rosula have a presence there. I'll bet that both parties were completely caught off guard.
That sounds like a plausible theory, but how do we verify it?
Looks like your people better start rolling up their sleeves.
How so?
Easy. Just follow the usual procedure by putting up a lost and found notice. The more routine
Skunk
we
does
make it
look very
seem, the more
pretty, I
likely the
agree.
suspect will come forward to claim it. Even if they send a proxy, we're liable to get our hands on new leads. And timing-wise, it's about time we updated the bulletin board anyway. All we need now is a lucky gestionnaire to write up the notice for us post-haste.
What's a gestionnaire? I was
so
wondering.
that's what you meant by rolling up their sleeves. In that case, I may as well write it myself. Delegating this to someone else would require an additional explanation.
Or are you just not used to asking others to work overtime?
Is that really a major concern here?
Well, looks like I won't be needed around here. At least until the notice has been posted.
You could always wait here if you like. The Palais Mermonia serves a particularly fine cup of tea, if that swings it for you.
White
Thanks,
hair.
but no thanks. I left a very noisy creature with a friend before heading out, so I should probably get back to feed it.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't aware that you had a pet, Mr. Kanich. Speaking of pets,
Get out of here! Out of here!
yep, that's the plan. Out of here indeed.
I believe that what Wriothesley is trying to say is, you are free to leave, Mr. Kukuku. Furthermore, it has been determined that Mr. Kukuku should not, in fact, be classified as a flying object. As such, he shall be free to move around Fontaine whenever he so pleases.
You're the best, bro! Oh, that really is good news! Travelers, should we bring Kukuku back to Aoife and Auroran?
I shall leave him in your capable hands.
Let's keep in touch.
Indeed.
We need what? Okay, I get that a lot of people, like, you're new here, but we don't do smash or pass. here in my chat. We don't really talk about that. As much as I recognize that Genshin characters are attractive, I have never really thought. I don't know. I don't feel very comfortable sexualizing them. I don't know why, but it's just me thing. And since it's my stream, yeah, we will not. Yeah, do that. Okay, what are they talking about?
You know, all this has made me realize that I'd quite like to have a pet.
If that proves inconvenient within the Fortress of Meripede, perhaps you should consider finding a place in the Court of Fontaine.
Whoa.
That actually sounds like a good idea. In the past, I always dismissed the idea of buying a property in the city. The prophecy about the floods meant it never seemed like a worthwhile investment. But now...
This might be a good time for you to re-examine the documents I gave you regarding your title as Duke.
He's gonna live near?
Huh?
Citizens with honorary titles are eligible for certain benefits when purchasing property in the Court of...
Really?
How about this? You read through your documents from start to finish, while I write up the lost and found notice.
Oh, damn. Navi's gonna get... Passing PNGs only works during exams. Okay, we are going to go to Auroran and Aoife. You know what? I want to take a picture with them. Yeah, that's what I was like. What was I planning to do? They look like they're deep in conversation. A great time to click a picture. How many Primo Gems do you have right now? I'll give you a look at that. I don't have a lot of Primo Gems, but I have a lot of wishes. I have 183 wishes. 184 now.
Many insects have a
I'm gonna have
compulsion to follow
a guaranteed skirk because I am on a 50-50, so
except we
I
call
need
that
as
like
many as I get, honestly.
Try and stop me!
Ahau.
What? What now?
Let's shake hands.
Fine by me. Get ready for a knuckle sandwich.
How many 50-50 losses needed for capturing Radiance? 3. How much is the Star Rail Saber Stash? It is at 370 almost. Yeah, I'm at 370. So 400 is what I hope to get to. Whoa, is he actually coming to beat him up?
Oh, nice dodge.
Paimon feels strangely inclined to keep a safe distance. Did you miss me, bro?
Cuckoo, you're free!
Ugh, not you again. Nope, didn't miss you in the slightest.
Hey, other granny. And hey, Paimon and Kanich. It's good to see you all. Thanks for bringing Kukuku back.
Going for E6 Saber? Probably not. I think if they rerun Mighty during Finance Banner, then I will get everybody in that patch. But no, I will not go for E6. I will try to get her Light Cone maybe. I've never pulled for a Light Cone in Star Rail actually. And very rarely I do. So I'll lose all my pulls like that.
Get it away! Get it away from me! Nice to meet you, bro.
Oh,
Who are you
God.
calling bro? Say that again to my face. I dare you.
If you've got the energy to argue this much, you're clearly not hungry yet. Let's go find something to eat while Ahau lives his best life.
Sounds good to me.
Poor Ahau. He spent all day being tormented by Auroran, only to discover that the suffering's just begun.
Aoife, as a Saurian vet, how can you just sit back and watch our little dragon bro suffer?
Huh? How am I the bad guy?
Even hear yourself? Ah, doesn't anyone want to hear how Kukuku got out of jail?
Have you ever spent money? Yes, I have. Time to show your loot. Is that the most expensive thing I bought in this game? Probably. Hearing that Kukuku now has permission to move about. Okay.
Don't lose hope, Ahau. By the same standard, you have freedom of movement now too. You're still in the game?
Same standard? I will not be held to the same standard as that thing!
That's right. You won't. As far as I understand, the Palais Mermonia will want to assess your case on its own merits before they grant you freedom of movement.
Where's that Saurian meat restaurant again? I'm gonna march that little pink balloon right into the kitchen!
Yeah, good luck with that, bro. You'll be putting your own neck on the line, too.
Also, there's no such restaurant!
Anyway, thanks for looking after Ahau, guys. I'll take over from here.
Why, you? Between the two, Kukuku wins the cuteness competition hands down.
Getting picky now, huh?
Really? Wait, who are the other contestants, though?
Okay, we wait for the next day. I'm debating on whether to get Skirk or Misfitter for my kitchen. Whatever is better for you, obviously. I like a how. Yeah, how is good. Oh, that's a long time.
Exploration.
If you were in Genshin, where would you live? I would live in Fontaine. I quite like the look of the place. Yeah, compared to the other place, I like Mondstadt also. Fontaine, I like the city vibe. It's very pretty. Skirk is a must pull. She doesn't have vision. Yes, absolutely. I also like chaos. Expensive place. Yeah, I live in some small house maybe, but yeah.
Huh, looks like there were quite a few others with the same idea.
Ah, hello, you two.
Have there been any developments? Okay, guess not. Well, the notice was only just posted. Guess it's pretty unlikely that someone would show up right at...
Special Patrol, open up!
Ah! Who's there? What's going on? The Special Patrol?
I don't think that's who this is.
Someone's knocking on the door.
Hey, this isn't the time for silly jokes!
Good day, all. Gramps, grannies, aunts, and uncles.
Who's the aunt?
What in the Tevet are you doing here, Auroran?
Oh, he must be the one you mentioned. Kukuku's owner?
No, that's Aoife.
One of his owners. Kind of. But, bro, what are you doing here?
I'm here to claim a lost item.
Can't tell if he's being deadpan or deadly serious.
Is this the person you saw on the boat, Mr. Kinich?
Somehow I highly doubt that.
The aunt is me, probably.
For starters, he
but
just addressed us
in
as
this
Gramps
group, who
and
is
Grannies.
it?
And unless this is the youngest-looking middle-aged man in the world, I don't think he's our guy.
I apologize for my grandson. Actually, if I'm playing as the traveler, then we're the grandma here. The aunt isn't us.
Huh. Was there something wrong with my door-knocking etiquette? That's how they do it in all the films.
Oh,
That's
God.
not door-knocking etiquette. That's the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol doing
Paimon
their
is the
job.
aunt.
Completely different things.
Oh, I see. I figured it was just a polite way of requesting entry, to show the people inside you had something important to discuss. Oh, sorry about that. I totally goofed that one up. Give me a moment. I'll go back out and try again.
Okay, no.
So, Roran, you said you were here to claim a lost item. What did you lose?
Yeah, So basically,
Oh, then it's his.
For real now? Oh, come on, bro.
Is arresting my dear grandson what it's come to?
Auroran, be honest now. Were you the one who lost this?
no, it belongs to a friend.
So it belongs to Aoife?
Of course not. Aoife has his own gun.
Whose is it then? Yeah.
All right then. I knew this wouldn't go well. So here's what went down. This morning, Aoife and I were playing rock, paper, scissors. Before long, he'd lost, as he usually does. So we figured we'd head out and visit some of the Cour de Fontaine's famous landmarks. When we got near the plaza, a man suddenly stopped us to ask for help. He said that he had lost something and that someone had found it and sent it over to the Palais Mermonia. But apparently he used to work here and was worried it'd be awkward bumping into his old coworkers, so he asked us to pretend to be the owners and claim it on his behalf.
You didn't manage to keep that pretense up for long.
It's fine. I'm not the one who feels awkward anyway.
So, a former employee of the Palais Mermonia. Was this individual a Fontaine native?
Yes, at least I assume so. He looked like a well-dressed gentleman to me. We were about to refuse, but he was so polite.
Could it have been a disguise?
Oh no. Auroran, Paimon thinks you've been tricked. This person might be in cahoots with the bad guys. Oh, maybe he already took off and escaped as soon as your mission went pear-shaped.
No way. I'm not that dumb.
Huh?
He's not going anywhere. Aoife and Kakuku are keeping an eye on him over at the plaza.
He's like, oh no way, I'm not that dumb. The Traveler and Paimon are like, huh? Oh my god. Who wrote this event? It's crazy. Okay.
Keeping an eye on him. I like the sound of that.
Nicely done, bro.
In that case, let's hurry over to where Aoife is. Time to catch that con man and find out what's really going on here.
Wait a minute, I have a question first.
Okay.
Traveler, Paimon. You're pretty famous in Natlan, right?
Oh, we're basically household names. But why do you ask?
Would that be a problem?
Remember when I said that the seller might be watching in secret?
If so, then picking Auroran to do their dirty work was a careless mistake on their part.
It suggests that the person who got Auroran to claim the item might not be fully in the know themselves. There are plenty of unanswered questions, but standing around racking our brains won't help. However, I still suggest that the famous faces among us, meaning the Traveler and Kinich, oh, and of course, Monsieur Nivelet too, stay here for the time being. We'll empty the box, give it to Auroran, and then he can claim the item as if nothing happened. I'll follow to check if anyone is watching. I doubt anyone would recognize me anyway, so I shouldn't draw too much attention.
Are you sure you won't draw attention, Risley, with your with your handcuffs? Being low-key has its advantages.
I think this plan is worth a try. I shall leave it to the pair of you.
So I have to go undercover again, right?
Well, not exactly undercover. Just drop the special patrol persona and be yourself instead.
Roger that. Over and out.
Why is he like this? Not with that cake, Joe. Oh my god, we're Risley. Sheesh. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can we
No
move?
sign of any suspicious individuals around here.
Oh, I can move. Okay. Damn, we get a trial Risley.
Auroran has entered the elevator as planned.
What kind of Risley is this?
head
Do we
over-
have to beat up people? Oh my god, it's a C3 Risley. It's a Marshose Hunter Risley. Is that his signature weapon? That is, right? Why is it level 88? What is up with that? Okay, let's just go.
Auroran's taking the elevator. I should take a different route to the plaza.
It doesn't look like we can squeeze in there with him. What does that mean? Two people can go in that elevator. It's a built Risley, yes. Going undercover says the tallest man in Genshin, true. Go somewhere down, I don't know where, but oh my god. Yeah, you can use him. Anyone who doesn't have him, you know. Woo! Okay.
Nothing suspicious going on here either. Strange. Maybe we're overthinking this?
Stop with the pecking! Stop with the pecking! Please, sir, I'm begging you, do me a favor and get this pet of yours under control!
The heck are you on about?
Why is Cuckoo so
Sorry,
angry?
but he's not my pet. He's my coworker. And I should warn you, he's not too happy with how you're talking about him.
What the? This thing has a job? So in Natlan, they just dish out jobs to any old thing.
Uh-oh. Kukuku's not too big on being called a thing either. You're on your own now.
I'm sorry. Please, Mr. Kukuku. Master Kukuku. Lord Kukuku. I meant no offense, I promise.
All right, Kukuku. That'll do for now. Let me ask him some questions first.
Sure thing, bro.
Auroron actually looks pretty serious this time. Was he just pretending to be clueless earlier? Interesting. Think I'll sit back and see how this plays out.
You actually got it? Wow, didn't think it would be that easy.
Ah, excellent. Looks like sending you was the right approach after all.
After all?
I mean, because the staff at the Palais Mermonia don't recognize you, right?
So I got it, but I don't remember promising I'd hand it over.
Huh?
This thing's pretty cool. I've taken a bit of a liking to it.
Please don't do this, my good sir, my master, my lord. My very life hangs in the balance.
His life hangs in the balance?
If this means so much to you, what are you gonna offer me in return?
Are you trying to get him to say my life?
How'd you know that?
Because I watched that film with you. You should drop the act. We don't want a real misunderstanding in our hands.
You're probably right. But honestly, I don't know what else to say. Sorry, this is the most myself I can be. Is that enough?
Enough. More than enough.
Who's this dude?
Just think of me as a staff member from the Palais Mermonia. Now, if you don't mind, I have some questions for this gentleman about that life or death treasure you were just discussing. Truthful answers appreciated, of course.
Oh no, I'm toast now.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't think the Palais Mermonia has the ability to protect our citizens?
No, I mean, yes, of course they do.
Staff member.
Please ask away.
He doesn't even work there. He
could
works
do
at the Fortress of Merope.
But I'd rather you just tell the whole story from the beginning.
I suppose I only have myself to blame. Such a rare antique, I couldn't resist. I'm a collector of antiques. Nothing excites me more than rare, old relics, and to be completely honest, if someone's selling, I'm buying. I don't care to ask where they sourced their goods. As for the seller of this particular item, well, I've never met him in person. We've had some prior dealings, but always under the cover of coded ads in some shady tabloids. Lost and found notices, missing person ads, that sort of thing. As long as I took care to hide a time and place somewhere within the text, then slipped some mora into the envelope before submitting the ad, it would get published. And that was that. No fuss, no trace. Simple, right? Normally, everything goes off without a hitch. But this time, I arrive at the pickup spot expecting a discreet in and out, and instead, I find a whole construction crew at work. That was not what we'd agreed. But I couldn't just let it go, so I reached out to him again the same way as usual. He replied, and do you know what he said? He told me that the item's now in the Palais Mermonia.
Well, he wasn't lying about that.
He insisted that it would be inconvenient for him to make an appearance himself, but said that if I could somehow find a way to retrieve it from the Palais, he'd give me a discount on the price. Of course it wasn't the discount that swung it. Do I look like I'm strapped for cash?
Feeling smug now, are we?
Feeling smug now, are we?
No, please go easy on me.
Go on.
Where was I? Well, anyway, I thought to myself, seeing as the item itself came from Natlan, it would make more sense if I could find someone from there to go retrieve it. And by a stroke of complete and utter coincidence, I just so happened to see these two young folks wandering around, so I'm so very sorry. I underestimated the pair of you.
I need you to clear something up for me. You haven't paid the seller yet, correct? And yet he told you to collect the item from the Palais Mermonia. Was he not worried that you just split afterwards?
Well, to be honest, though I can't claim to know him very well, he, on the other hand, seems to know my name and where I live. Besides, this is a guy who managed to get his hands on an ancient Natlanese weapon. That's probably not the kind of person I want to double-cross.
Fair. That makes sense. So, Mr.
Please, just call me Argento.
All right, Mr. Argento. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. It will determine how much of the rest of your life you'll be spending beneath the waves.
What does he mean? Is he gonna drown him just like they do in those gangster films?
Oh my god.
Oh, I get it. He's talking about that place at the bottom of the Fontanian Sea.
The prison.
Can it?
Owing to your suspected involvement in the illicit trade of Natlanese relics, you're now one of the suspects in an international smuggling case.
Whoa.
A trip to the Opera Epiclese seems unavoidable at this stage, but on the bright side, you still have one chance to make things right.
Okay. Do I really? Please tell me what to do.
It's very simple. Just reach out to your seller in the same way as usual, arrange to meet, bring the money, and make the deal. Just be sure to let me know all the details. I'm talking time, place, the whole lot. If we can catch the other party by doing this, you'll have gone some way toward redeeming yourself.
Oh, I see. I understand. You shall have my full and unadulterated cooperation.
Thank you for following
Good.
Charlotte Tilbury.
Don't break the law, and don't even think about making a run for it. The Palais Mermonia will be watching you and ensuring your safety.
Thank you for the hydrate.
All right,
Damn,
take the
Charlotte
box,
Tilbury just followed
leave your
me.
ID and other documents behind. You can go now. As for you two, protocol dictates that I should take you both back to the Palais and have you sign a confidentiality agreement. But that would take a lot of time and effort.
Hope you're having a lovely stream, darling.
See,
I am.
Mr. Kakuku knows exactly
Oh my
where
god,
I'm coming
is that the... Hold on,
So,
hold on,
I was
hold on. Is that
thinking,
the official...
Since you're all friends of the Traveler,
Oh my god. Chat, that's the official Charlotte Tilbury Twitch account. Yes, I'm having a very lovely time. Thank you for asking. That's, wow. Okay. Damn. Yeah, that is the official account. What is going on? It's so nice to see you here. Yes. Oh my god. Well, we heard about the Genshin Impact collab, and we were all very excited. I mean, I was at least. Anyone who likes makeup, you know. And the fact that Mona was all over it was just very cool. But yeah. Anyway, that's... I'm not the Charlotte though. Just as... Of course. I don't think the Charlotte could be here, but this is still a lot.
I understand, sir. We got dragged into this by accident, and it has diddly squat to do with us. And out of respect for the Traveler, we won't say another word.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut, or we'll both be sleeping with the fishes in the tailor-made pair of cement shoes.
Oh.
In that case, I understand completely.
Not exactly what I was going for, but if that's how you want to understand it, then be my guest. Then it's settled. Thanks for your help.
What is Risey
Boy,
gonna
am I
do
glad
now?
that's over. That's enough work for one day. Time to head back.
What is the traveler talking about?
Judging by your expression, it must be good news, huh?
It went smoothly, on the whole.
Risey recounts what happened. It all makes perfect sense, but somehow it feels like Risey has glossed over a lot of the bro talk.
So basically, we hold off until Argento and the other party have set up the next stage of the transaction. Then we plan our next move.
Patience will be key.
I get that. It's like hunting. I'm just not sure the other party will take the bait so easily.
Well, if he didn't need the money, or if he valued self-preservation over making a profit, he could have walked away as soon as the contraband was brought to the Palais Mermonium. On top of that, although he hasn't shown his face yet, he seems to have no followers or accomplices, and he's relying on an extremely limited set of options to push the deal along. So, if you ask me, he seems like someone who cares a lot about his image and has a somewhat high opinion of himself, but lacks any real ability. I almost get the feeling that if he misses out on this opportunity, he won't have any other way of making money. His every move is like a spin of the roulette wheel, hoping that the ball will land exactly where he wants it to. Or, I don't know. Maybe he'll cut his losses and vanish into thin air, and our efforts will have been in vain. At least Natlan will get the stolen relic back, so it won't have been for nothing.
In that case, let's hope his arrogance stays in play.
Everyone, I have just briefed the Marechaussee Phantom on the situation. As soon as there are any further developments, we will act without delay. When that time comes, we will be relying on your help.
Leave it to us.
We'll be waiting for the good news.
Thank you for the follow, Flower Feather Clan. Okay. Interesting. So funny. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna wait till tomorrow 10. What a day today. Oh, day after. I always do tomorrow instead of day after tomorrow. Wait, can we get a conversation in with them? That's good.
On the topic of kidnapping cases, how exactly do we define the subject of a kidnapping? According to the regulations, I mean. Aside from humans, do pets count? What about sentient non-human beings? Of course, Melazines go without saying, but what about a being like a cuckoo?
I am surprised that you are unfamiliar with the legal provisions on this matter.
If I knew all the laws like the back of my hand, I wouldn't have ended up in the fortress of Meripede, would I?
That is no
Destiny.
laughing matter, Risley.
Damn, him joking about that is kind of, it's something. Okay, day after tomorrow, 8, yeah. Now we gotta wait. Some more.
sent someone to contact us this morning. That must mean there's been some progress. No time to waste. Let's head out.
Now the real destiny, yes. Okay.
Hey, everyone. We're not late, are we?
No, you're just in time. Well rested, I trust?
Staying busy keeps you sharp.
A great way to stay energetic, certainly.
Have you all started preparing?
We received word from Mr. Argenteau yesterday, confirming the time and location of the transaction. It'll take place this afternoon, and it turns out it'll be somewhere we all know pretty well, too. The film Fantasyland restaurant.
Oh, really? Huh. He sure does like that place.
But
seems like you share our concerns, Traveler.
Indeed. Capturing someone in a crowded event venue will be much more challenging than in an open area. The criminal might try to blend in with the crowd, or even escape by taking hostages. In light of this, we've had to make additional preparations. As soon as we received the news yesterday, we began coordinating with the Marechaussee Phantom and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
We'll be deploying lots of undercover agents on site. If things go south, the safety of the civilians will be our top priority. Of course, fingers crossed, everything will go without a hitch.
I noticed a bunch of familiar faces from the previous case, like Captain Chevrolet of the Special Patrol, so I'm feeling optimistic.
We'll trust your instincts then. Oh, yeah, and by the way, we've also been in communication with Miss Lapine Pauline and Miss Navia.
The Spina di Rosula will provide support within a controlled scope, so there's no need to worry.
I wonder how they're
The
gonna
only
pull
potential
this
issue
off.
is with Miss Escoffier.
She doesn't want to serve criminals?
It would be easy if it were that simple. All right, no more jokes. Miss Escoffier has made it clear that she doesn't want her restaurant to suffer any losses as a result of this operation. But, well, I have a feeling things might not go quite as smoothly as she hopes.
Is there anything I can do?
To be honest, we shouldn't have dragged you into this in the first place, and it's caused you quite enough trouble already. But still, I'm guessing you'd like to see how it all turns out.
Definitely.
Well then, feel free to head down to the scene, but just stay alert and play it by ear. You won't necessarily have to do anything, unless things go pear-shaped, of course.
I'll do my best to ensure that things don't escalate to that point.
You're getting involved too, Kinich?
Of course. There are still a lot of unanswered questions, but our intel so far indicates that the culprit's from Natlan. Plus, I'm already a witness in this case. Might as well see this thing through to the end.
That's the Kinich we know and love.
The group go on to discuss the specifics for the operation and things to watch out for. But once the conversation goes surprisingly smoothly, perhaps because Ahau and Kakuku aren't present. It's just as well, really. Things could have gotten awkward if Ahau showed up and started cursing out Nervalette. That's true.
Well, that's enough of the small
that's
talk.
so true.
The operation's scheduled for the afternoon. If we're quick enough, we'll even have time for a few cups of tea before we leave.
I was wondering when he was gonna bring that up.
Can't work on an empty stomach, you know.
Kinish, the only unanswered question we have is why is Cat obsessed with you?
And rooting for you. It's a very important job.
All right, I'll head over to the venue now. Ahau's been harping on for days now about this event-exclusive meal he wants to try. Guess see you in a bit.
I look forward to hearing how it all goes.
I wonder what's gonna happen. In every server? Oh my god. I thought it was just like a thing she does on like our server.
This beach seems to be getting
Yeah, I'll
livelier
finish it
by the
today.
day. Traveler, Paimon's getting kinda hungry. Let's go check out the restaurant menu, shall we?
Whoa. It's about to go down. Oh, I missed the Fontaine art style, not gonna lie.
Your friend thought you might be thirsty. Won't you stay and drink it?
Look at everyone.
I tend to steer clear of drinks left out in the open.
You're surrounded. Give up and come with.
You lousy swine!
Stop right there!
Oh, look! A surprise performance! Wow! How lucky we are!
Quick, take a photo! After him!
Sorry, my guy. Unlicensed and illegally docked. This boat's not going anywhere. Quick! Don't let him get away!
Sheesh.
Be careful!
Amazing!
Lowly worm! No one flies higher than the almighty Dragon Lord! Who's stealing my fun? You again! You're driving me crazy!
Oh my god, Kukuku just...
All right, that's a wrap.
Damn.
Unbelievable!
Nice
You can't just
cutscene.
drag
I
someone
like
around
that.
like that? Such blatant disregard for human life. I'm gonna sue the living daylights out of you!
Will you now? I think I did you a favor by pulling you away from your audience. Saved you some face at the very least. As for whether you were facing up or down along the way...
Yes, for this
well,
quest,
that was
most
your
of them are
decision,
back.
wasn't it?
Only Charlotte and Chevreuse were not voiced.
All right, I admit it. I was in the wrong. Oh, of course I know the difference between right and wrong, but I had no choice. I desperately needed the money. I was an expert on ancient relics. Not only did I have a successful career, but a happy family too. But my son, I never imagined he'd turn out this way. Fell in with the wrong crowd and ended up shoulder deep in gambling. We had some
Damn,
savings,
he has a son?
but
He
he
looks so
drained them
young.
away like a waterfall. Once he fell into debt, he had creditors regularly coming over to threaten and intimidate him. I'm his father. How could I just stand by and watch him suffer like that? Oh, my son is about the same age as you are. If only he could have turned out more like you. That's the only reason I needed the money. Please, believe me.
Can you give us a follow, Shimshimi?
Please, kid, I'm begging you. Help me. I see you're from Natlan too. That makes us brothers. Please, have mercy. I still have a chance to help my son straighten himself out. But only if I get back. If I go to prison now, he'll be doomed, I tell you, doomed! And isn't standing together and fighting for a better future what families do? Our fate is in your hands, young man. Please, have a heart.
Something wrong, Kanich? Gone soft, have we?
I don't believe a word you say. Wriothesley had you just about figured out. You're a gambler. Pure and simple.
A gambler? Me? Nonsense! I told you, it's my son!
First of all, are you really from Natlan? You've been keeping tabs on the gun's whereabouts this whole time. You should have recognized at least one familiar face by now. On top of that, the way you threatened to sue me? Spoken like a true Fontainian, if you ask me.
Huh? What kind of logic is that? I can explain. I actually grew up in...
I don't want to hear another word. Ahau, here's your chance. Shut someone else up for once.
The moment I've been waiting for. Eat this, scumbag!
Being a compulsive liar is one of the hallmarks of a die-hard gambler. I bet you're just a Fontanian pretending to be from Natlan. Even if you have any friends or family to speak of, I'm guessing they've long since cut all ties with you. And you have your depraved ways to thank for that. Of course, I might be wrong.
Oh my god,
But
how
does
is
that
beating the
matter?
shit out of this guy?
I'm just here to arrest you. If you're looking for an advocate or a shoulder to cry on, you're out of luck. Besides, prying the truth out of you is exactly what your beloved courts are for. Isn't that right?
That's right. Yeah, Chevreuse isn't voiced. It's been a while, Mr. Kinich. The special patrol will take
Many
this woman
thanks.
off your hands. Yes, please, I should be the one thanking you.
And me? What about me? So rude. You should be bowing down in gratitude to the almighty Dragon Lord.
As you wish. My thanks to you and also to Mr. Kukuku.
Hey, what do you mean? Hold it right there!
Are you okay, Kinich?
Don't worry. I'm fine. I wasn't the one who just got dragged all the way here.
You seem a little upset just now.
Little Kinich, thinking back to when you were just an itty-bitty boy, Kinich, aren't ya? Ah, don't start crying like a little baby. I am the almighty Dragon Lord! No servant of mine will be seen acting so weak and pathetic in public!
What are you on about?
Bad, how bad?
Still, I suppose there's no point hiding it from you. To put it plainly, I can't stand gamblers.
Like us.
They're the most irresponsible people in the entire world. No respect for the principle that you have to give in order to get. They'll tell 1,000 lies for a single coin, deluding themselves into thinking they can use it to gamble their way to a vast fortune. But we all know that even when it looks like you're getting something for free, there's always an unseen cost. In the past, I also ended up paying a price for my father's gambling losses.
Oh.
I don't want anyone else to end up in a similar situation if I can help it. Don't feel sorry for me. I certainly don't feel sorry for myself. They say that people are shaped by their past. And since I've made it this far, I must have done a lot of things right. We should never punish ourselves for the mistakes of others. Instead, I choose to remember the moments that helped me grow. Like when I first learned to use a grappling hook. Or the very first time I yearned for knowledge.
Whoa. Baby Kinich with the baby sorry. It's so cute. Oh my god, I get it.
Yeah, I believe you. Let's get going. If we don't head back soon, we'll cause more unnecessary worry.
True. We return with Kinich. We do.
Rev the engines!
Yay! Traveler Kinich, you're back! We just saw Chevreuse taking the criminal away. She
Our
looked
opponent
pretty
was
pleased with herself.
pretty weak.
So after so much running in circles, turns out he had no fight in him, huh? Oh, also, Risley said to let you know that he's already left. He went to report back to the Palais Mermonia. Apparently, the Maréchaux say Phantom's preparing to carry out an in-depth investigation into illegal gambling activities. Anyway, that's for the Palais to worry about, not really our concern.
I'd say he's avoiding any, but I guess I'm used to that by
Hey,
now.
it's not like you to give up so easily, Charlotte.
I got plenty of other shots back there, more than enough to make a front page spread. And on that note, the busy reporter needs to scoot. Those photos won't develop themselves.
Make sure you pick the best shots of Paimon. Oh, already gone. Hope she heard that. Yeah, you're right. But what took you all so long to get here? Did something happen?
What? Rumors and slander! When have I, the almighty
Thanks for the
Dragon
follow,
Lord,
Xingqiu
the
level.
whole how, ever
Often, actually.
Anyways, what's next?
To be honest, I haven't decided yet. At the moment, I've got nothing urgent to get back for. And, in any case, the court might need me to testify again. Plus, that gun's still a key piece of evidence. I'll probably have to wait until the case is closed before I can return it to Natlan. So, I guess I'll be sticking around to enjoy the beach a little longer.
Nice. I think we're done with this quest. It wasn't as long as I thought it would be, actually. I thought it was gonna be way longer than this. Damn. Next quest. Nice.